And good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome back out for today's grand finale. We are at Wildcat Park on the campus of Louisiana Christian University, bringing you the final game of the Red River Athletic Conference Softball Championship. This is the if necessary game. OLLU forced that with a 10-3 win earlier today. And now, by virtue of that, both teams have one loss. This will decide it all. LSU Alexandria had come in with no losses in this, took their first one. They will be the visiting team coming up in this one. Our Lady of the Lake out of San Antonio. The Saints will be the home team in this one. And to get things started, welcome in my broadcast partner who has been with me along the way, unlike our cameraman. Coach Thomas Scully joins us. Coach, welcome aboard.
Thank you so much for having me, Doug. The final game of the Red River Athletic Conference Tournament.
Yes.
Woo-hoo! Can you hear it, folks? Look, two great teams, and look, give it to OLLU for getting here, winning the first two games of the day. No quit in that team, Doug. Of course, the Generals take the loss in the first final game. Two great teams, a great matchup, and look, you never know what's going to happen. We do know that we are going to see Lainey Bailey in this game for the Generals because she will be the starting pitcher. But again, you'll see Vilma, who pitched in the first game this morning against Texarkana. That'll be the starting pitcher for Our Lady of the Lake Saints as the coaches meet at home plate. We're just minutes away from this game.
Look, I love this, and it seems like we've only been here a couple of seconds. I love this. And this one bit of news for those folks that are LSU Alexandria fans. Yulia Quackernack back in the lineup today. She's in there as a designated player, has been out for a few games, and we talked to Coach earlier. Said he gave her the choice. She says, put me in, Coach. I'm ready to play. All-American Yulia Quackernack back in there.
You know what the best part is? The sun's going to be right in our face. This entire game is going to be beautiful.
Let's turn it over to the public address announcer here, and we'll get this thing going.
For today's Red River Athletic Conference Softball Championship Final between the 1 seed LSU Alexandria and the 2 seed Our Lady of the Lake University. Let's meet today's starting lineups. First for the 1 seed Generals. Leading off the shortstop, number 17, Haley Fontenot. Batting second, the third baseman, number 3, Sofia Romero. Batting third, the right fielder, number 60, Kylie Moody. Batting fourth, playing center field, number 15, Caitlin Dunbar. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 19, Jillian Howell. Batting sixth and catching, number 21, Caitlin Richey. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 7, Livy Thibodeau. Batting eighth, the designated player, number 18, Yulia Quackernack. Batting ninth, the second baseman, number 20, Alyssa Swallow. In the circle for the Generals is number 6, Lainey Bailey. LSUA is coached by Trent Partridge. He is assisted by Brandon Hagan, Richard Partridge, Haley Primrose, and Alyssa Boutte. And now the starting lineup for the 2 seed Saints. Leading off, the center fielder, number 11, Ariana Alejandro. Batting second, the right fielder, number 1, Rihanna Aguirre. Batting third, the designated player, number 32, Lily Roca. Batting fourth, the first baseman, number 13, Tanya Rodriguez. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 21, Marissa Rosales. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 44, Novali Gloria. Batting seventh, the second baseman, number 9, Yesenia Perez. Batting eighth, playing third base, number 22, KK Casas. Batting ninth and catching, number 6, Marina Leterio. In the circle for the Saints is number 17, Valeria Villalma. Our Lady of the Lake is coached by Amanda Davila, assisted by AJ Flores, Mel Gonzalez, and Tegan Brown.
We'll get this. Get this thing back and going. We are underway. This is the If Necessary game. Again, I am Doug Gann alongside of Coach Thomas Scully. Nick Morrow joins us on production today, and delighted to have the crew out here. 30-ish minute delay between games just to get the officials situated and set, and we're ready to go in this one. First pitch scheduled for 2:30. It is 2:50 in this one. We should be a couple of minutes away from first pitch. Delighted that you chose to join us back on game one, way back on Saturday morning, and here we are, the culmination of it all in this winner-take-all game. Now, let's give you some specifics out of it. The LSU Alexandria Lady Generals come into it as the Red River Athletic Conference regular season champions. They've got an automatic bid to postseason. The winner of this tournament would receive an automatic bid to postseason, but since LSUA already has that, it automatically goes to the second team. So both of these teams firmly in the playoffs. We expect Texarkana to be there as well. First pitch coming up at 2:51. It is Haley Fontenot that steps in against Vielma. We saw her throw in game one this morning, and we're underway. Misses inside with ball one.
And we saw Vielma pitch against Texarkana this morning. She pitched the entire game and, had a little rough beginning and was able to make it through and then struggled at the end. But, again, got through that entire game, Doug, and that's why she's here in this game here.
So here's why OLLU has been successful today is that one is taken on the outer half for strike one. They put up 4 in the first and 3 in the second against Texarkana, and they put up 5 in the first against LSUA. And you get big numbers off the bat like that, and that goes a long way. 1 ball, 1 strike offering here in there for strike 2, and a ball and 2 strikes, and Vielma picking up right where she left off.
Doing a great job so far in this game and did a great job this morning. Texarkana, scrappy team they faced, the 1-2 facing the 3 seed, and Vielma was able to get through that game, and now she starts this one.
Fontenot down on strikes, and that is a Sabine State Bank strikeout. First batter, first strikeout. Good work by Vielma, and you can see that strikeout there.
Came up with a high fastball to get Fontenot to swing through and miss on that one.
Sophia Romero will hit second here. And if you're LSUA, you want to do what OLLU did to you and put up a number in the first. First batter strikeout. And we are on to Romero.
Romero will be playing third today for the Generals in this game, as she did in game one earlier.
Started out in left field, made the switch there into third base in the first inning. That one, low strike, taking a ball and a strike. Clouds starting to make their way in, keeping that sun away. I know the folks are happy about that, not near the number of umbrellas in the stands. 1 ball, 1 strike offering. That one out and off the plate, and 2 balls and a strike. OLLU, the number 2 seed, the home team on the scoreboard in this one. LSUA, the number 1 seed. Texarkana lost earlier today. That one over to second base where it's going to be gathered in there on a line shot, and that will be out number 2. And you'll see this one just Romero, the line drive over to second.
And that'll bring the right fielder, number 60, Kylie Moody, to the plate for the Generals.
Moody has been solid throughout in this one herself. Sits in the 3 spot, hitting here, and she'll face Vielma. Vielma had that entire second game off to rest, and she comes back looking like she is no worse for wear from throwing the 7 innings this morning. Spins the ball around. She'll rock back and deliver the 0-1. Changeup off the plate, and a ball and a strike.
Of course, this is game 3 for OLLU, so they have been out here for the entire day, and you'll see how the fatigue factor works for these ladies here in this game.
And played the 4:30 game against LSUA yesterday is the reason that they had to take that route. Moody pushes that one down the line towards those 2 people walking, and they turn around and it bounces off, and you see that, but it's a ball and 2 strikes. And we told you last night after that game, yesterday afternoon, that they would have to win 3 in a row, and OLLU is certainly the team that can do it. LSU trying to put the brakes on it. They are the regular season champs. Would like to add this conference tournament championship to it, but OLLU would as well.
Well, you got to think the Generals want to take it all. I mean, who wouldn't? This is all about being competitive, and that's their nature, either team. But OLLU would love to be the conference championship champs here.
That one smoked over between first and second. Thought about coming up and throwing, but Moody is going to be there with a base hit, and we'll watch her poke that one right past a diving second baseman.
The center fielder.
That'll bring to the plate the center fielder, number 15, Caitlin Dunbar.
Dunbar provided the fireworks in that game yesterday at 4:30. Had a grand slam home run to put the Generals up for a lead that they wouldn't relinquish. Vielma fires this one in. Good-looking fastball. And I think that Dunbar may have been looking outer half of the plate. See Vielma spin it around. She'll rock back and deliver this one. That one well off the plate. Evens things up at a ball and a strike. These two teams very well familiar with each other. Playing in this conference and studying and knowing each other. This is the kind of matchup you expect here. That one also finds its way across the plate and a ball and 2 strikes. I'm telling you, Vielma is...
She's got a little something extra.
Oh, gosh, she does. It seems like there's a little more than there was this morning. And we'll talk about it after this one. Swung on and missed. We won't until the next inning, and that is a Sabine State Bank strikeout. But, Coach, as you watch this pitch, now that was a changeup, so that one doesn't do it. But you saw her this morning. It looks like she's got a little more oomph, for lack of a better word.
Absolutely, she does.
There you go. That'll do it. Nothing across there. Well, the one base hit, that base hit was there, so no runs on one hit, no errors. One left on. We move to the bottom of the first inning. Alejandro, I still can't. Roca due up to bed. You would think after this long that I would have it by now, but I'll listen into the PA announcer, and I'll get it for you the next time. We'll be back right after this. Bottom of the first we go when we come back. Back we go to the bottom half of the first inning, and it is easily probably the hottest player in this tournament as a batter, Ariana Alejandro, Coach.
You know, the thing about Alejandro, batting over 800 in this, she's probably close to 900 because she was 3 for 3 in the game earlier, and she was 2 for 3 this morning. By far, the MVP of this tournament because of how hot she's been in the leadoff spot, facing the caliber pitching that she's faced. And that one in the turf 0-1 as we get this underway.
Yeah, she gets the best every opportunity there. And we don't need to have a slow start for Bailey. That one up and over the head, and Alejandro ducks down out of the way. Could have been hit by that one, but she'll take that. She also has added 3 walks on there, so she's been on base a number of times this weekend.
She has, and has done an unbelievable job in center field, too, as far as tracking the balls down from left center to right center.
3 straight out of the zone to start this bottom half of the first for Lainey Bailey. And walks and errors plague.
You gotta wonder with the velocity that Bailey throws. I know she didn't throw the first game or the earlier game. you got to wonder if the fatigue gets to her a little bit as far as with the velocity or the amount of velocity she throws the ball.
Don't know it, but she issues a leadoff walk there to Alejandro.
That'll bring to the plate the right fielder, Rihanna Aguirre.
Aguirre, there you go. That's right. But look, I'm telling you what, before long, those folks in San Antonio are going to be okay with me.
They're going to run out of eggs throwing it at the TV on us.
Now, I get that. They probably muted it. We're back. That one catches the outside corner. Strike one.
And just like in the previous game, Alejandra gets on base to start this bottom half of the inning.
That one ground over to Howell, and he's calling foul. It looked like, did it go off of her foot?
Yes.
He jumped out and called that in a hurry. And it's just like she started every game and almost every inning, she's getting on base.
She is. And again, another threat like we've seen most leadoffs on all of their teams, been able to give you a threat once they're on the bases. And it speeds your defense up the way you throw the ball, the way you approach the ball. So, again, with her being on bases, everything changes.
That one lifted sky high into left field. Again, some trouble, and we saw that back in the earlier game. That time it was a little different as Fontenot had drifted further out, but you've got a new left fielder / shortstop combination there.
Yeah, and Libby's coming in just like Fontenot's going out, but, it's all about communication, and normally the shortstop gives in to the outfielder, but in this case, Fontenot just did not stop like previous game happened. Now up to the plate is the designated player, number 32, Lily Roca.
Look, it is difficult to call off the All-American Haley Fontenot. She feels like, and justly so, can get to anything on the field and goes full speed to go get them. Smoke down the line, and Coach Davila has to pirouette there out of the way and lets that one go by, and a ball and 2 strikes. Or is it a ball and 1? Sorry about that. 1 ball, 1 strike. It's been great being able to visit with the OLLU coach Davila. She is always receptive and comes up and visits with us between games and after games, and getting a good relationship with these coaches around the Red River Athletic Conference. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 down. Taken off the plate, 3 balls and a strike. And a little bit of early wildness out of Bailey. Get back in there. 3 balls and a strike here. That one outer half. And we've seen that pitch called a lot on both sides of it. 3-2 here, 1 down. And that's all you want, Coach, is just consistency.
You do, and they have a lot of movement on their fastballs. Sometimes it's off-speed pitches, as that one's hit hard over to Fontenot at short, and she gets the ball over to Swallow at second for the second out of the inning. Great job staying with that hard-hit ball by Roca, and that'll bring to the plate the first baseman, number 13, Tanya Rodriguez.
You know that she was looking too, but just kind of bobbled around. And the good thing is she secured it. Watch that little bobble right there, but is still able to get the out. Rocks back and fires this one here up and out of the zone. 1 ball and no strikes, 2 down. Runner at first. And we have seen Rodriguez certainly handle herself in the batter's box, and that one is just fouled down the line, out in front of that off speed. Good job. What I've seen from Bailey early in this one is she is able to change speeds a little bit, has had some trouble locating necessarily the strike zone, but if she's able to change her speeds like that and throw things 4 strikes, I like the way that looks. Ground ball over to second base. Thought about the tag there and just ducked around, but good work by Swallow out at second base, and that will do it. So they survived the first inning in that, and this is the first time all day that there's been a scoreless entire first. We'll move on to the second when we come back. Back to work we go in the top of the second inning, and Jillian Howell, who coach recap it, but she had herself a heck of a first game.
She did. She had a double down the left field line and then a hard line drive to left center field, and she was 2 for 3 on the day, had a great job at the plate. And she was down in the order. Now coach moves her up to start this one, and so interested to see how she does in this game. And
that out she made was a line drive to shortstop, too. She hit that one right on the screws as well. 0-1 here to the first baseman from Alexandria. Howell will step in. Inside outs that one, and going to be in time over to first.
4-3 on the out there for the Saints. And that'll bring to the plate number 21, the catcher, Caitlin Riche.
Did not see Riche go last game, and she's back in there. They gave her that game off. She'll step in here. That one kind of dinked over the head, going to go foul. And I'm telling you what, a cue stick shot down the line almost stays fair, but almost doesn't matter. And that's strike one.
Riche with a couple hits in yesterday's game against OLLU. So, again, I'm sure it was just a let's let her rest type thing and bring her back in if necessary. And
yeah, indeed,
here she is.
And they've got her back in there. 0-1 the count here. That lifted up. Catcher's going to have a shot at that one and grabs it. And it just popped up. But staying back there behind it and able to grab that one was Laterio, Marina Laterio.
Laterio in for Dunbar. Dunbar caught the first game. Now Laterio in. And coming to the plate will be the left fielder, number 7, Libby Thibodeau.
Thibodeau comes in. You remember we've talked about her. She's the one in left field that she and Fontenot have had a couple of near misses on fly balls out that way. 1 ball, no strikes. Skied over towards right field, but camping out under that one is Aguirre, and she'll have that for out number 3, and that will retire the side. So we move to the bottom of the second. We're scoreless when we come back. Back at Wildcat Park's 2026 Red River Athletic Conference Softball Championship Tournament.
Coming to the plate will be the left fielder, number 21, Marissa Rosales.
Rosales will step in for her first at bat in game number 2.
And the outfield might want to hurry up.
Look, I'm telling you, that has been a thing that it's happened enough that we've noticed it over and over.
Well, I mean, the pitcher's ready to go, and this is several teams this has happened to. As that one hits the outside corner for strike 2, several team pitchers, they're ready to go. They toe that rubber. They're not worried about if you're in place. They're thinking you're in place. The ball's been thrown down, and let's go.
Look, I'm telling you, the one that sticks out in my mind the most is that one is off the plate is Wardlow from Texas A&M Victoria. They were meeting there. She sprints over to her position in right field. The ball is hit, and she ends up catching it right about out at second base where Swallow is. So she sprints from center field to right field and in to get that ball and has it, but there you go.
1-2 now on Morales.
Ground ball over towards second. Speaking of Swallow, she's got it over in time, and that is the out.
And that's a couple plays that Swallow has made early on in this game, moving to her left. She does a great job. She plays deep enough in the hole there at second to get over and make a play, and helps out Jillian quite a bit over there in that area, which is what you want when you have Bailey pitching.
That one misses low. And look, let me tell you one thing. When she is in the batter's box, she does not take a swing off. She is full throttle on every swing that she has.
The shortstop, number 44, Novella Gloria, up to the plate. And that's a strike on the inside. It's now 1-1.
Novelty has been solid. She's been around the plate too. But again, you say that up and down these lineups for both of these teams. Takes that one on the outer half for strike two, a ball and 2 strikes. Bailey fires this one in, misses just up and off the plate. Two balls, 2 strikes now to Gloria. That one doesn't get there.
That just misses.
I think if that's the curveball that lands there, that's a strike. But that fastball just shot across and didn't really get a piece. Full count offering here to Gloria. Smoke down the line and inside the bag and fair. That'll have Novelty off and running. She's going to head into second base with a stand-up double. And you see her just rip this one down the line. The dive was there at third base, but it was after the ball was already passed.
No, and that was the second time Bailey had thrown inside on her at that at-bat. And, you do that too many times, and they're going to – these hitters like this are going to make you pay for that.
Indeed, they are.
And that'll bring to the plate the second baseman, number 9, Yuzima Perez. What I do like about Bailey, she's working ahead at this inning, and she's a lot closer to the plate and being a little bit more consistent of getting those pitches around there. As that comes on the outside corner, strike 2, quickly 0-2 on her.
And that goes back to last game too. I think she's throwing in this inning a little bit better than I've seen her throw in that prior game yesterday at 4:30, which they get the win in. Ground over to third base. Good job of looking back, knowing that arm, and what a move over there by Romero to gather that one in, look the runner back, and then fire across. That's trusting your arm.
And Howell over there looks like a vacuum cleaner. I mean, she's made some difficult catches look very easy.
I tell you, way back in, I forget which game it is, but Jillian Howell just makes these infielders look better too by things she's able to pick up over there.
And now stepping into the plate to the box is KK Cassis, and the right fielder, that is Moody.
Yeah, Kylie Moody comes
with
up
the catch in the gap to catch the third out for the Generals.
So a big inning there, defense showing up. We'll let that take us to the break, and we'll see you on the top half of the third when we return. We're back here in the top of the third, and Yulia Quackernack will step in, and I don't know how to say that in her native language, but I bet we'll hear that before this broadcast is over with. But great to have Yulia back in this one. I know she was chomping at the bits to get back in there.
And she asked Coach for a shot today in this game, and so that's why she's in the batting order. Again, recovering from a knee injury. Am I correct by saying that?
I believe that's, yes, it was.
Knee injury, yes.
And she's been out how long? 2 months that she has been out. And when you lose your All-American like that, that's difficult. But she brings a spirit of a captainness, for lack of any better word, to it as well. She is just that player that you like to be around. Nothing in two here, and I don't think that Vielma was concerned with Yulia coming back in this one and gets the strikeout, but that'll knock some of the rust off of it.
Yeah, absolutely. That'll bring to the plate the second baseman, number 20, Alyssa Swallow. Another hard-swinging general that'll step into the box. We talked about her earlier.
Yeah, when she was at second base in the play she made, we told you there's one thing would not happen is her to take off a swing. She swings with every ounce that she has in her. Not a big, tall batter in stature, but I'm telling you, she generates the force when she swings that bat and commands where she's out on the field at second base also.
Be interested to see what her swing velocity is.
That one off the plate. I don't know if their SID keeps up with that. We'll have to check on that for them. Find out about that. Some velo is what we need. That tells you that generates to where the ball goes, and that's something that only the last few years I think that folks have been tracking. Up and off of the plate.
A lot of coaches in college today have gone to analytics. You know, it's been real big in the professional world, but, boy, the colleges have jumped on it, and a lot of coaches, they live by it.
The Moneyball world. That one lifted high, going to be camped out underneath there in center field by Alejandro, and that is out number 2.
And with that, that'll turn the lineup over and bring to the plate the shortstop, number 17, Haley Fontenot. Fontenot, unfortunately, with a strikeout, her first at bat as she chased one up and out of the zone. The thing about Fontenot, she doesn't take a step. You don't see her load. It's all hands straight to the ball. As she laid off of that one. And Vilma knew what she had struck out on before, so she came right back to the same spot, and she let that one go by.
1 ball, no strikes here, 2 down after 2 up and 2 down for LSU Alexandria here in the top of the third. But look, if there's anybody in the running for a pitcher of the tournament, too, let me tell you, it's her. She pitched that game against Texarkana this morning, and she is back to doing what she's doing.
Again, I talked about that adrenaline in these young ladies, and that's a swing and a miss there as that velocity continues to come across the plate from Vilma. But the adrenaline right now, that's what this team for sure, OLLU, they're playing with a lot of adrenaline. That's all they've got left after being here all day.
Yeah. The work that they have done, knew their daunting task that was ahead of them today. But when we talked to Coach Davila after the game yesterday, it was just one of those things. She said, we just got to go do it. She said, I've got the talent to do it, and there she's proving that right here. They have indeed come to play. I saw that was one of the comments on one of the games that we had out there, and you're right about that. Over to shortstop across the diamond, and that will do it. Out number 3, and we'll let that take us to the break. We go bottom of the third. Still goose eggs up on the board. Bottom of the third coming up. OLLU will try to break across. We'll see when we return. Laney Bailey back to work here in the bottom of the third. And Coach, this is pretty much the game that we thought we would see in game two. Pitchers are dominating this one.
Absolutely, and that's what you want from these two teams. And as coaches, I'm sure that's what they wanted. They wanted their pitchers to dominate these because they know what kind of hitters they have. So
definitely,
Marina Laterio, the catcher, number 6, will step into the box, batting in the 9 hole today for the Saints.
Laterio it is. It steps in here. Bottom of the third, we play. Still scoreless into the third. Good-looking pitch that comes and misses just off the plate. It really looked like it had drifted in on it, but stays out of the zone for ball 1.
Yeah, Alejandro on deck in the top of the order for the Saints.
That one misses off the plate as well. And this is Laterio that stands in. Alejandro is waiting, as you said, over there in the on-deck circle. And goodness. They'll check on that one and no go.
3-0.
3 balls, no strikes. Laney Bailey rocks back, trying to get one across and just check her way back in. And that is a good-looking strike there. I do believe that that Laterio was taking all the way on that one.
Yeah, you don't want to walk the 9 hole and then face the top. And that's exactly what will happen to Bailey as Laterio will draw the walk, bringing to the plate the leadoff hitter and center fielder, number 11, Ari Alejandro.
Yeah, Ariana has just don't know if they're getting a runner.
Get a runner for the catcher. I'm sure they'll
Yeah.
pinch run for her. No courtesy runner for catchers in.
No,
at this
so
level.
she'll have to pinch run for her, and then the bottom of the inning she'll re-enter.
And that will be number
12.
Now running at first, number 12, Ayana Trejo.
Ayana Trejo will come in to run for Laterio.
And we've seen Ayana run bases before, and she can get around there pretty quick.
That one also out of the zone, and 4 out of the 5 pitches here in the bottom of the third have been out of zone. Correction, 5 out of 6 have been out of the zone. And we've seen the pitchers throughout it throw a 5, 6, 7, 8 pitch inning. And
Well, with Alejandro, you don't want to make a mistake and leave that over the plate, and because she's been able to make teams pay in this tournament.
it just seems she looks for an empty spot. That one just grabs a corner of the plate and is in there for strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bottom of the third we play. Top of the lineup is up in the form of Alejandro. Ground ball over towards Howell. Unable to get to it.
Looked like Bailey took a little bit off of that one to get her to swing around it. And now it evens the count at 2-2. Nobody out here in the bottom of the third inning. .682 on base percentage for Alejandro. That's very impressive. Wow. I looked at the stats earlier. She was .833. Her batting average at the time. I wasn't able to get the what?
And going to have to go in there and check, but there was something. I don't know if they're saying that she was off the base or what the clarification is of that.
That's the only way she can be called out by the first base umpire is if she left early.
But Coach Partridge came out and said something to the official, and he was like, oh, well, okay, and then calls it. But that is an out. And, look,
so it's two.
Coach Davila
2-2.
not happy about that. Yeah, it'll still be 2-2, but it'll be an out, and it'll erase the runner. And we will try to get some clarification as to what that happened. Well, that's the SID.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Thought she had left and got off the base. Comes over to the near side, and we appreciate it. Look, it's really nice when you don't have to text for that information. You just look down at the other end of the press box, and that makes things real nice. Tremendous work done by both of these schools and their sports information departments. 2 balls, 2 strikes here. That one lifted up, going to stay in the air, a long run for it, but able to come over there and get that is Thibodeau, and that is out number 2.
The right fielder, number 1, Rihanna Aguirre.
Rihanna Aguirre coming to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. And that's tough if you're the Saints after you get a leadoff walk and then you get caught leaving early. Or called out for leaving early, I should say. Not caught, but get called out for it. As Aguirre gets a strike called on her.
And that's just a simple call there, pointed to the batter and out there.
And unfortunately, that's what you see when you have a 3-man crew. They're right there where the base runners are, and that's their only job is to keep an eye on those runners.
And look, you're not saying that there are occasions when you may stretch things that the officials don't see, but when you have a 3-man crew, it's there. But it's no different in basketball when you're holding away from the official, whatever it is, and when they're looking at it. 1 ball, 2 strikes here, 2 down. We play bottom of the 3rd. Bases empty following that out on the play on the bases. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Bailey, so far in this game, has done a better job of throwing pitches more around the plate and not wasting so many pitches.
Ground ball over to Swallow. She gathers it in across to Howell, and that will retire the side. So through 3, we are scoreless. We'll be back for the top of the 4th right after this. Feel like we're on Fox TV or ESPN or whatever it is. We consult our rules expert on that, and you get your option to take the result of the play or the out. Because there was no real result of the play, you take the out in that particular case. And so back to New York they go.
And that's what happened to the base runner in the previous inning.
Yes. That one down the line and diving it into the corner, and a tremendous, tremendous catch. We'll see if we can.
Great job right there by Aguirre, laying out down that right field line, catching that ball in foul territory, and keeping Sophia Romero off the bases.
And we'll watch and see what part of this that we got, as you'll see this ball just down the line. Watch it go right past the pole. Dadgummit. Got right into the pole on that one, too.
That'll bring to the plate the right fielder, Kylie Moody.
Moody will hit with 1 out. But tremendous work by Rihanna Aguirre, who has been all over the place. Hits number 2 in the lineup and goes out there and gets it in the outfield. Goodness. That one misses low. And these are 2 teams that it seems like, I'm not saying that last game you didn't have the sense of urgency and anything, but this game, has that playoff feel to it. It has that championship feel to it.
It does. And Moody's 1 for 1 at the plate today.
When it comes inside. Now, with that in mind, did OLLU knock the championship feel out of it with 5 runs in the top of the first last game? That could very well be the case.
They probably should have. But you also, in this game, Moody, that's the first time I've seen a batter get out of the way of a ball that could have hit her. In these types of games, you don't want your batter moving. Take that, move on down to first. Now we got base runners.
Or go back there and get you a base hit. Collie says, you stay up there, announcer guy. I got this.
Trying to keep bruises off my legs here.
That's right.
The center fielder, number 15, Caitlin.
That'll bring to the plate the center fielder, number 15, Caitlin Dunbar. Dunbar 0 for 1 on the day. Yeah, I'll sit down.
That's right.
I'll sit down.
1 down here, top of the 4th we play. Dunbar swings through a high fastball. Good-looking velocity on that one from Vielma.
Vielma having a little extra in this game. I'm telling you, she's got a little something extra.
Time is called there, and Haley's going to come out and visit with her just a minute.
She's continuing to chase those pitches that are up.
Looks like they're going to check the communication bracelet that's there. Well, technology is something. I guess no more teaching signals anymore. Is that a thing of the past? They don't teach the signals anymore. Just communicate via the watch. Saying that she went around, and Dunbar does not agree with that one. But it's 0-2. Vielma twists around. She'll look and get her sign. Goes to the wristband and rocks back, delivers the 0-2. And that is down on strikes. That is a Sabine State Bank strikeout.
And that'll bring up the second out of the inning. Coming to the plate will be the first baseman, number 19, Jillian Howe. Howe 0 for 1 on the day for the Generals.
So 2 down here. Runner is on first. And we've seen Howe pull a couple of them today down that third baseline. I don't know, with that velocity that Vielma is throwing with, too, if she gets a hold of one, has a chance to really put some flight on it. Just behind that one is fouled off. So I tell you, and we talk about it seems like every inning, Vielma is throwing with a little more intensity than she did in game 1. Adrenaline. 0-2. 2 down to the Lady Generals first baseman, Jillian Howell. Comes inside, and she says, that hit me. And says, okay. That's just great. Runs at first and second, and you got to look back and say, hey, that hit me. And he says, oh, all right.
Yeah. I've been behind that plate, so I'll just give it to him. That's not an easy job to keep, especially with the velocity that Vilma's coming in with. So that'll bring to the plate number 21, the catcher, Caitlin Riche 0 for 1. Runners now at first and second. Moody at second. And Howe at first with 2 outs here for the Generals.
Vielma fires this one in, misses low, ball 1. And this is going to be time from the catcher, and we'll go out and visit a little bit. And you like to see Laterio call timeout, go out there and visit, and that gives Coach Partridge an opportunity to go out and visit with Riche.
Yeah, this is something that a lot of high school pitchers are afraid to do, but at this level they're not. These pitchers will come inside, and if they hit you, so what? Move on. High school, sometimes you ask them to throw inside, and they just won't do it. But you've seen a lot of people hit A lot of batters hit because the pitchers are not afraid to come inside. And there it is again as she comes right back inside.
The low strike is being called a good bit in this one.
Now remember, we're about 7 feet up higher than.
I understand what you're telling me, but I clearly have a better angle. Of
course we do.
That's what folks don't realize is I've got the angle. That one up and away. I didn't say it wasn't a strike. I just said the low strike is getting called a lot today.
I got you.
Well, and we've seen some low strikes called from different sets of officials. We've seen some high strikes called on there, and it's just knowing who you know. And they told us a little bit earlier, too, it's just like learning hitters. You have to learn what the umpires are going to call. See, we pay attention to our pregame meetings. That one lifted high and going to be back here where we're at.
Oh.
Nearly had it.
Good thing that's not the LSU A baseball team. No, it is LSU A baseball team sitting there. They all missed it.
Uh-oh, in trouble.
Just throw that out there.
Trouble then. And brought to you by
Doug
Scully at 446sports.com. He's going to come take your hat back. Vielma fires this one up and out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty good at bat here for Riche. She would like to put something in play, and you know that Moody will hustle around. But 2-2 count, got to get something going. Vielma has just been solid. That one lifted, going to stay over the head of the third baseman. We told you, look at Moody hustling around. She's going to dive in with no throw. Here comes Jillian.
Safe. She did slide under it. Yes.
How about that?
Great call right there. She slid. She was safe as she slid right in, and he was right on top of it. Not sure he's not going to change.
Look at the smile that's on her face. Let's take a look at that again from start to finish on this, too. Big piece of hitting just to loop it over the head, and we'll watch this play while they're discussing it. But you see Moody with 2 outs, never checked up. Here comes Howell hustling around to third base and slides just in on it.
Yeah, and that's going to be a tough he was right on top of it, and I thought she was safe as well. And he is going to keep the call's going to stand. I thought she was safe as well as the third baseman just put her glove down, and she just slid right between her hands as she went in head first. So great call right there. That'll bring to the plate the left fielder, number 7, Lexi Thibodeau, and LSU puts the first run on the board here in the top of the 4th inning.
Look, is anybody having more fun today than Jillian Howell? That one over to shortstop. Cross the diamond, will retire the side, but not before the first run of the game comes across the board. It was an RBI, just a little bloop by Caitlin Riche that allows a run to score, and it is 1-0. We'll be back bottom of the 4th when we return. Back to work we go here, bottom of the 4th inning. It is going to be
the designated player, number 32, Lily Roca.
Yeah, 3-4-5 in this one.
Roca 0 for 1 on the day. And look, going back to that call, I appreciate the third base umpire because a lot of times ball was there, got there early, and they normally just automatically it's an out. And, boy, he watched that one all the way through. Like I said, she had already had her glove there in the middle of the bag, and she just both hands slid right between the glove, and he was right on top of it. So great call there, and I know the OLLU coach wasn't happy, but that was definitely the right call after we watched it.
That one missed off the plate as well. 2 balls and no strikes. We play bottom of the 4th. Lady Generals lead this one 1-0, and that is cranked over towards left field, kicked around by Thibodeau, and will make her way into second. Does Roca, and she returns the favor with the pumped up little celebration there.
And I think we'll give a single, right? That'll be a single
it's
on the
a single,
yeah.
And then an error that gets her on to second base because you saw where if she keeps it from the base hit was there, but it was the point that she turned and had to go.
And that'll bring to the plate number 13, Tanya Rodriguez. Rodriguez 0 for 1, batting in the 4 hole here for the Saints.
That one off the fist inside, had to turn Roca around, and so not able to advance. And look, Coach Davila says, I'd rather have you mess up and be safe than mess up and be out coming to third. So runners at first and second.
That'll bring to the plate the left fielder, number 21, Marissa Rosales. We saw Rosales make some great plays. We've seen her lay out for several balls hit there in the gap in left field. So she's done a tremendous job not only at the plate but out in the field as well. It's great players here on both teams as she takes ball 1 low.
This shows you the resiliency of this Saints team from OLLU. They give up the run in the top of the 4th, and here they get a couple of runners on base to start the bottom of the 4th. That one in there for a strike, evens things up at a ball and a strike.
Great pitch right there by Bailey as she comes inside, keeps it down at the knees.
Laney will toe the rubber now, steps back and delivers here. Out and off the plate, 2 balls and a strike.
Shoestrings.
But again, I applaud it.
Excuse me.
Time is there, and Roca gets the shoes tied, and we're back to work. When pushed foul, will even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. If you are OLLU, trying your best to get something in the grass and answer that run that you gave up in the top half of the first. You don't want to be chasing runs through this. For LSUA, you've got to keep it here, right back to where we're at. Had that one if it makes it through.
That.
You saw it.
Again, Bailey seems to be managing her pitches a lot better in this game.
Ground ball towards third, going to be gathered in, bouncing up there and thrown away, and that's going to be a run that comes around to score. They will get it back home, and we are knotted at 1. And that's just putting pressure on the defense there. Runners now will be at first and third. We're tied at 1.
That'll be an error on Romero over at third.
Shortstop, number 44.
That'll bring to the plate
Gloria.
the shortstop, number 44, Novely Gloria.
Yeah, Gloria will step in with an opportunity. No outs here.
Gloria already with a hit on the day for the Saints. Runners now at first and third with nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. We're all tied at 1.
It's so funny how this game neutralizes itself. You have no runs in either half of the inning through 3, and then 1 in the top and 1 in the bottom now of the 4th. That in there for a good-looking strike. It evens things up at a ball and a strike.
You got to appreciate Riche behind the plate. That ball barely gets in her glove, and she's popping up and looking to throw somebody out here. She's not about letting it stick in there too long. She's catching and looking. As that one's down and low and out of the strike zone. 2-1 now.
Again, we welcome you out to Wildcat Park. This is the championship game of the 2026 Softball Red River Athletic Conference Championship Tournament. Both of these teams receive automatic bids and will be moving on to the national tournament. Both teams looking to fight for a national championship also. That one pushed down the line is going to drop foul and bang around the wall down the right field line and evens things up. Or correction, fills it up at 3 balls and 2 strikes.
Gloria on the tournament, 13 RBIs with runners in scoring position. In 2026, batting .438 average. So that's who you want at the plate if you're at the Saints.
That one scooped over towards Fontenot, and they had to hold, and that'll load the bases up. And, boy,
that's a tough one right there.
Not going from third. I don't know that I understand that. I know the arm that Fontenot's got, but she's backing up the entire time on that.
I'm not sure if Rodriguez really got a good read. I think she thought the third baseman, Romero, had cut it off. That's what you got to assume.
And that's, yeah.
But the base is loaded here.
With nobody down and already a run in.
Yep.
And Bailey.
That'll bring Perez to the plate, 0 for 1, but base is loaded here.
Bailey on the ropes here in this one. Lifted high and foul and out of play.
And quickly 0-2. If you're the Generals, you need an infield ground ball and it doesn't look like they're playing halfway instead of all the way up, which is probably the best play. But you're needing a ground ball right here if you're Bailey.
You'd take a strikeout, too. That one off the plate. 1 ball and 2 strikes. But, yeah, if she could throw a ground ball, maybe roll up to them. First thought in the corners is to come home on a sharply hit ball back to you. Bailey fires this one. Ground ball is into Romero. They're going to come home with it and sails it over the plate. Here comes another one right behind, and just tremendous base running. And that's the second time this tournament that we have seen something like that.
And here's the thing. You make a bad throw, but you can't give up on the play, and that's unfortunately what you just saw happen.
And watch it again on your play coming up. You'll see Romero come and fields this in time to get the play at home. Takes that extra step and just flies over the head of Riche, and then nobody covers on there. And now it's 3-1 in this one. And fell asleep on that one, unfortunately. And this is turning into a pretty good-sized inning for OLLU. That one driven out to center field, going to be gathered in. The runners had to get back and the momentum, so there was not a chance of tagging up on that one. So.
And this has been uncharacteristic of OLLU, the base running mistakes they've made. We saw it earlier with Roca, then we see it with Rodriguez, and then now we see it with the third base runner over there in Gloria, not tagging up, getting back quick enough to tag up as that one goes up and out of the zone. That'll bring to the plate Laterio, the catcher, as Cassis hit a line drive out to center field. Now Laterio 0 for 1 on the day.
Laterio, the catcher in this one, not to be confused with Annika. That's her sister that's the pitcher. But 2 balls and no strikes here now. 3-run 4th inning. And still just 1 out. Runners at second and third. That one up and out of the zone. 3 balls and no strikes.
And Alejandro on deck for the Saints. If you're Bailey, you just need to reset, flush it, and let's go back to work.
That
4
one,
straight balls.
Yeah, that's tough. And man, you got your work cut out for you here now as number 11, Ariana Alejandro, comes up and easily has been the hitter of the tournament, steps in with the bases loaded and 1 down.
0 for 1 on the day with a walk. But again,
Bailey fires this one in. It is pulled over to the right side, but foul, just out of the reach of Howell at first base for strike one.
Great job right there.
Three across in at the bottom. But you go back to it, and he just fell asleep on that last play. Up and out of the zone, ball and a strike. Well, you go from seeing some pep in the step out on the field, it's kind of gotten down again. That one lifted high, skied out towards Moody, giving chase way back over the head of Moody. One run is going to come in. Now another. They'll send the second across, going to slide in there, and it is a 2 RBI double for the hottest hitter. If she's not in deep consideration for your tournament MVP, I don't know. But she is flat crushing it.
The right fielder.
That'll bring the right fielder, number one, Rihanna Aguirre. 5-1 now, Saints over the Generals.
And this is an inning that they came into it up 1-0. And look, that was done down at the bottom of the order, too, because the 5 runs are in. We're just now getting back up to the top of the order in this one, too. So a lot of production down at the bottom side of it. Only 1 out here. 5 runs across, just 1 out. And, boy, things getting very dangerous in this one. Again, 2 balls and no strikes. Lays that bunt down, but it had so much spin on it, it twists around and gets out of there. And that's 2 balls and a strike. You seen a performance like this that Alejandro is putting on? Have you seen one of those before? She is just...
I've never seen one. I mean, she has been phenomenal this entire tournament.
It's like they're throwing beach balls up there to her, the way she sees it so well. Lifted high and going to be on the infield.
Oh, Romero almost gave 2 Fontenot on that one.
2 down. Now here, 5-1.
Number 32, Lily Roca.
Roca will come back in. Lily Roca, the designated player for OLLU, steps in.
And, you know, we heard the coach from Texarkana talk about this, and the players playing secondary positions, and you never know about that. But if you look at this and Romero coming from the outfield to the infield, that's not an easy transition. She makes that errant throw that gets these 2 extra or 3 extra runs there. That's probably going to be I know they're unearned, there's no doubt, but as that one goes foul down the left field line. But again, he talked about that because we went back and talked to him about the fielding percentage, how they had the best fielding percentage in the conference until they got to the tournament. They made 16 errors in this tournament. And he said that's not like us, but when you've got 3 or 4 girls that are playing secondary positions and the ball goes and finds you or finds them, and it's same mistakes that are being made over and over, as that's called strike 2 on the outside corner. That's unfortunate. And we're sitting up here, we have no idea who's played where, especially, you know, most because we haven't called, we don't know, but they're fighting through that, and that's unfortunate. And, you know, not taking anything away from anybody, but boy, that makes it difficult if you're, you know, Sophia Romero over there making that throw, coming up and trying to make a throw on the run across your body.
And she's already got such a strong arm. We've seen that throw from left field. We've seen the throw from third to first, and that's just the same result of it. That can only come through experience. Fontenot's got it. She'll go across the diamond, and Howell receives. Damage is done in this one, though. 5 runs in the bottom half of the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th, and OLLU leads this one 5-1 when we come back.
Welcome back, everyone, to LSUA here at Wildcat Park as we go into the top of the fifth inning. Coming to the plate will be the designated player.
Yeah, Yulia Quackernack steps in, struck out in her first at-bat, swings through that one, and again, it's just going to take some live rep game speed to get her ready, and that's kind of what they wanted to do, getting her in this so she would be ready for the regional rounds and into that national tournament.
And, you know, we talk about the errors being made by these teams and talking about Texarkana in the previous inning. That's what the coach talked about. Couldn't wait to get home to get everybody rested, try to get everybody healthy. So when the regional rounds do start, you've got your best nine on the field.
Yep.
And that's going to be the same thing for Coach Trent and his group here. Just got to make some adjustments, got to get some more reps in. And as many reps as they take, they need more reps. And those young ladies will tell you that. They just want more reps.
Baseball, softball is all about repetition and about muscle memory and doing the same things over and over and doing the right things and not getting caught up with the yips where you're doing something wrong and your muscles get used to something else, because then it equates to your mind. And once your mind gets off, man, you're in a lot of trouble. So it's been a long, grueling season. You've just got to have a reset.
Yeah.
2 balls and 2 strikes here. Swung through that one and down on strikes, back-to-back strikeouts for Yulia.
And even though they've played 50-plus games still and played tons of travel balls, it's the reps at the speed of the game. And you can take as many ground balls in practice as you want, but when you see that live action, it's a totally different it's just a little different focus.
It does indeed make that. One down here, we play top of the fifth. That one lifted high and going to stay in. And
Alyssa Swallow will fly out to the third baseman for the second out of the inning.
Frustration starting to set in here, but they'll get back to the top of the order. And Haley Fontenot. This has just been a dominant Monday performance from OLLU back in their game 1, that game 2, and then here putting up the 5 spot last inning. It's just been it's been tough. And you looked at it from their conference record seating the way that it was. They came as the 2, but they're still sitting there at number 9 in the country, which that tells you a lot that you need to know. 1 ball, no strikes here to the leadoff hitting shortstop Haley Fontenot.
And we've talked about the success they've had over the years in this conference, and so this has become the norm for them, and you know, almost like everybody's been chasing after them or trying to compete with them at that level. But again, talking with Coach Partridge, he said the first year where they've been able to come in and it be be reversed, the role be reversed here.
Well, they'll all sit back. I believe that selection show is Wednesday, and so Wednesday at 5. And so, you know, not a question of whether they're in it or not, either of these teams, but it's just where they're going. That one popped up. And look, put a star by Valeria Vielma. She has pitched not only one gem this morning, but she's twirling another dandy one right now, too. We move to the bottom of the 5th. 5-1, OLLU leads this one when we return. We're back here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Leading things off will be the first baseman, number
13.
13, yeah, there you go.
Tiana Rodriguez.
Tania Rodriguez.
She's 1 for 2 on the day. The first baseman is for the Saints. And we were just looking back. Bailey faced 10 batters there in that 4th inning, giving up 2 earned runs. Unfortunately, the score is 5-1.
One misses inside, and look, I'm not and not telling anything that anybody that is controversial or whatever, but it's 2 teams that look like we're ready to wrap this up, and let's get on to the regional rounds. That one smoked over there towards Coach Davila.
And again, too, we're not taking either side. It's just
not doing it. No.
The thing is, we know how much OLLU wanted to be here and how much they've done, but because they've been able to put the ball in play and forced the Generals to play defense, and that's what you want. And that, as a coach, you tell your team, just put the ball in play. Make the other people have to field it and throw it across the diamond or catch it in the air. And that's what OLLU's been able to do today, and that's the difference in all 3 games, where they've made the other team commit errors, and they've limited their errors or mistakes.
And they have done that a lot, and they have put a lot of pressure on. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody down here. Bottom of the 5th we play. Bailey blows that one by that time, and that is Rodriguez striking out there. Sabine State Bank strikeout.
That'll bring to the plate the left fielder, number 21, Marissa Rosales, 0 for 2 on the day.
That one poked out to Moody. She's giving chase. Way back, gets spun around again, and that is going to be at least a double from Rosales, and it is. She'll stop there at second base, and Corral gives the signal there and is excited. And when these players get out to second base and they got those celebrations, that fires them up, man, and that they look to the dugout. And what I like is it's not towards anybody. It's just a celebration with their own team.
They're talking to their own team now, absolutely.
I'll take that every day, man. Love the game and play the game.
Coming to the plate will be the shortstop, number 44, Navala Gloria.
1 down, runner is at second. Following that double, that one up and out of there, ball 1.
And, we've seen Moody get turned around a couple times. She's played a little shallower than normal, and unfortunately when those balls get up in the air, it's difficult to track them.
Up and out of the zone there, ball 2.
She said enough of that. I'm going to the warning track.
That's right. 2 balls, no strikes. Play this one in the bottom of the 5th. That one taken on the outside corner for strike 1. Boy, looking back over this last week, it has been a great tournament. Both of these schools, LCU and LSUA, doing a lot of great things to get this thing and keep it the double elimination format. The one thing you lose out on a lot of these terrific battles if it just goes to single elimination. That one poked over to second base, gathered in there by Swallow, and she's got it to Howell, and that is out number 2.
We would have missed out on something like this, and that's definitely what I know where you're going with it.
You miss out on the work that a Texarkana does. You miss out on San Antonio's games, things like that.
And then you look at OLLU come in and grind in these 3 games today and just.
That's right, something that you wouldn't have had as they would have been knocked out of that in yesterday's action.
That's right.
But in softball, I think you've got to keep double elimination no matter what it is. That one lifted high.
Well, we talk about that here, in Louisiana. We talked about the state championship down in Sulphur.
Absolutely.
And here's been the biggest difference. Baseball's going to 2 out of 3s. Well, softball, you're just playing a single game, and unfortunately, sometimes the higher seeds have lost. We saw it, 5 out of the 12 lost in the state championship. If it's a double elimination, they might come back and win or have an opportunity to win, but they keeping it single elimination. So, yeah, conferences being able to keep these games like this.
You absolutely have to do it, and look, that's such a big point, is that they've got to find a way to go to a double elimination weekend, because already these teams get down there and you work all season long and you get to Sulphur and you only play one game down there is tough. Give them a chance, and it wouldn't take but maybe a day more. If anything, that one lifted high in the air and is going to be caught, and that will retire the side. So we'll move on to the top of the 6th. It's 5-1 OLLU. They're looking for a Red River Athletic Conference Tournament Championship automatic bid when we return. Sophia Romero will step in, trying to get things going here. 4-run deficit for the Generals. That one lifted high is going to go back to the warning track, where it is caught, gathered in left field by Rosales, and she'll have that for out number 1.
Interesting note by our SID guy. In the bottom of the 4th, OLLU should have scored 1 run over 6 hitters. And that just, talking about filling in people and secondary
by that
positions.
he means errors and things that
Correct.
would have happened at different situations. That's correct.
Yeah. And it's a great fact. I love it. We're learning as we go, because their job, everybody's job seems easy. They have to figure all that out.
That's right. And Caleb does a tremendous job. Yep. I even saw while he was doing that, there was smoke coming out of his ears and off his hat. I saw that. Smashed over towards second, or to short and third, and that is going to be a base hit. Another one for Kylie Moody.
Well, when you see these stats that are in the NAIA standings, that's the work that these guys put in, and they've got to put all this stuff in where we can just sit here and talk about whatever we want, but that's got to be the right stats, and they do a tremendous job, and that's not taking away anything from anybody, just the hard work that these guys put in.
Indeed it is. 1 ball, no strikes. But I'm going to tell you, the absolute hardest job that these guys have, and I'm going to tell you that, and that is statting a basketball game, because you're putting in assist and who had it and shot and missed shot and where it went, and you don't look up from it. It's like you're a court reporter typing the entire time. Swung on and missed at that one. 1 ball and 2 strikes. If you ever go to a basketball game and you're not watching the game, look at the SID, and they're statting that game, and every time you see where a shot went and all of that, somebody's typing that in. It is a unheralded job. That one misses and evens things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Much appreciated.
We'll redo it. Again, enough can't be said about the work that Valeria Vielma is putting on today. She is pitching her heart out in this one. Fouled back, and it'll stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And you got to believe she went home, they went back to their hotel last night, her knowing that she was going to get the first game and the third game if the third game was necessary.
That one lifted high, that one lifted back, and that is a no-doubter over the Red River bank sign. Home run for Caitlin Dunbar, and that is a 2-run shot. Oh, baby, that gets things a little bit closer. Take a look at it one more time, and a rocket off the bat of Dunbar, and that is her second home run of the tournament.
And that'll bring to the plate the first baseman, number 19, Jillian Howell, 0 for 1 on the day.
2-run bomb now. Oops, gave him an extra one and too many runs. 5-3 in this one. And that was just a rocket shot that will end up over there in the parking lot of the Louisiana Athletic Club. And let's text Ronnie and ask him to come outside and chunk it back over the fence to us. Boy, she hit that one. That's Caitlin Dunbar, and we've seen her. That is home run number 7 for her on the season. Is that what I recall?
I think so.
The first baseman, number 19.
And what I find interesting, if you've seen a few of these fly balls get up in the air, they were blowing them back in, and so that ball went into the wind, and it still went out. There, still went out. She hit. That was a no-doubter when she hit it. Howell steps into the box.
That one catches the outside corner. Vielma nails that first one, and that's what you look at is that first couple of pitches after a home run that is given up. 2-run home run. Moody scores in front of Dunbar. And now 0-1 to Howell. Another one on the outside part of the plate. We'll see if Howell's able to get things going. Down 0-2 in this one. Boy, that's a big 2 runs. Cuts the deficit in half and right back at you. A base hit over into the corner, and Howell keeps getting it going.
Great job right there by the center fielder, Alejandro, to keep that to a single as that one was hit in the right center.
Now, they pinch run for Howell earlier in the game, I believe, back in the first, unless that was the last game, because I don't think you'd run for her here if she's already been.
And she probably hasn't. If
they're running for that hadn't, then that would have had to be in game 1.
Now running at first, number 27, Riley Moran.
Riley Moran will step in.
The catcher, number 21,
And look, this is Caitlin Riche that steps in.
Caitlin is 1 for 2 on the day with that flare into left field back in the 4th inning.
That one misses inside. Ball 1. If you're looking there, Riche, Thibodeau, and Yulia Quackernack would be next. That one pushed foul up near the netting and bounces around and evens things up at a ball and a strike.
We've noticed the Generals swing at a lot of pitches that are up around the hands, a little bit above their hands. They like to swing at those higher pitches.
Hit them high and let them fly. They do like to cut there. That one down low, driven over and stopped up there at third base, and a ball and 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 down. We play in the top of the 6th. That one lifted high, going to stay on the infield or just off of it.
That's a great job by the left fielder, Rosales, to come all the way in and make that play.
And look, you go on the other side of that. We saw that play a couple of times between Thibodeau and Fontenot.
Yep.
Number 7, Livy Thibodeau.
Livy Thibodeau steps in with 2 down here. Did you know Livy's older brother's a member of the LSU baseball team as well? So how about that? A very spring sport-fueled family. There, that one pushed foul. Spring sport-fueled.
That's a lot.
Phew. Goodness gracious.
Do you talk in your sleep?
I don't know. I'm asleep. I don't know. I can tell you that by the time we cut the mic off here, whenever it is today.
Man, a few words.
I don't know that I'll speak for another week. That one lifted high is going to make it's going to hang up there for the left fielder. Rosales will come over there and pick that one up. Still 5-3, but the lead is cut in half. Bottom of the sixth coming up. We'll see if what the answer the Saints have for that, and we'll do it all when we come back. Back to work we go here in the bottom of the sixth inning. OLLU and LSUA battling for the conference tournament championship for the Red River Athletic Conference. And this is third baseman KK Cassis that will step in.
Cassis 0 for 2 on the day for the Saints. Romero goes into her sixth inning of work.
Well, that
the Generals.
That two-run home run off of the bat of Caitlin Dunbar has tightened things up a little bit here. It was 5-1. Now just 5-3, cut it in half. And if we're looking ahead to the seventh, what do we see for LSU Alexandria?
Seventh will have 8, 9, and 1.
Yeah, you'll have Quackerneck, Swallow, and Fontenot due up.
Right where you want to be.
Well, and you've got to have Bailey go out there and keep it right here. You can't allow any other runs, and that's going to get this evened up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. This OLLU team, they had a walk-off of their own. I mean, these teams are playing some ball. There you go. You look back at the last couple of years, and it's been these two teams. That one smoked down the line is going to drop and go off the base of the wall. They'll turn around and hustling in for a double. And watch this one just crushed over there. And these two teams historically have played each other in this final. Last year, the 2025 Red River Athletic Conference Tournament. OLLU beat LSUA 3-0 in that one to win the title. And in 2024, LSUA beat OLLU twice to claim the tournament title. And that was back when they had the rain and it moved it all out to champions, I believe, if I recall that correctly. And you talk about a four-field fiasco in that one. That one is going to stay on the infield, gathered in there by Swallow, and she'll have it.
That'll bring Alejandro to the plate for the fourth time today.
So back in 2024, it was scheduled here, and there was rain just like that. It was going to be at Wildcat Park. We came in, got all of our equipment set up, and because it had rained so much, the outfield was deemed unplayable, and so they ended up having to take everything down and move out to Champions Park. And because of the way that it was set up, they played on all 4 fields at that time. And so rain has historically wreaked havoc on this Red River Athletic Conference tournament. That one lifted down the line and diving there, making a big-time catch.
And got her. Oh, she did slide under it. Great call right there. Great call right there by the home plate umpire.
And you saw him make the motion of what she did, and you'll take that. Just be confident in your call, and I love that.
And that's why Coach won't come out. That was a great call right there by the home plate umpire. Great catch. What an unbelievable catch right there.
Well,
by Thibodeau to come and get that where she is, caught that in foul territory, laying out and then getting up and having the awareness. And a great job by, who is that?
Romero is at third.
Romero, no, it's Cassis at third to tag up.
Oh, the runner, yes.
The runner, and to get there after the catch. Unbelievable play by Cassis right there to get there.
Look, whatever you may have thought about this thing in the middle of innings, just kind of rolling through. These two teams are slugging. It's like you hear that in a boxing match or in that MMA when you hear that last 10 seconds, they're going after each other right now.
There's no quit in either team.
Not at all. But it's these type of games that will test them and determine whether they can get through this playoff schedule.
Which doesn't get any easier.
Not in the slightest. But you build these teams based off of this type of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. That one comes inside, and it's going to hit Aguirre, and Roca will come to the plate.
Lily Roca, 1 for 3 on the day as she comes into the box to hit 2 outs with runners at first and third for the Saints, threatening here in the bottom of the 6th.
You talk about would deflate a team. You come back and you cut it to 2 and then to give up some. This is one where you just have to dig down deep if you're Laney Bailey and get this out. Laney has been a mainstay for the Generals all season long. She has been their ace. Rocks back, delivers here. That one a good-looking pitch for a
Came
strike.
inside.
Yeah. And look, after you come inside on somebody and hit them, to come back inside on the next hitter, that's just confidence in what you do.
Control. Lots of control, lots of work. As that off-speed pitch.
Yeah, it was fouled off of her in the bat inside the box, and 1 ball and 2 strikes.
And that's that work that the coach from the Saints was talking about. Her pitcher putting in. Laterio just constant working on your craft and just I can't imagine the hours these pitchers put in.
Look for this curveball away, trying to get her to chase. That one just comes inside, actually, bounces around.
Might want to check that one.
Yeah, got a little scuff on it there. And look, Bailey doesn't want to check that one. Leave the scuff on it and let's twist it a little bit more. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Rocks back and fires here. That one down low and out of there. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Couldn't have convinced me that 5 o'clock traffic was going to get us today, my friend. But
I'm about to put my shades on as the sun comes down.
Swung on, missed, and down on strikes, and that is a Sabine State Bank strikeout. That will end things here in the 6th. And as we said, 8-9-1. Quackernack, Swallow, and Fontenot due up in the top of the 7th when we return.
I'm coming home.
Molly Sistrunk will come in and pinch hit for Yulia Quackernack. A couple of strikeouts by Yulia in her return in there. 8-9-1 due up.
Sistrunk has done very well at the plate in this tournament.
And here we go, top of the 7th. One final shot for the Generals. That one misses down low.
8-9-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. 7.
Saying there's a chance. 7th. That one fouled straight back, and Vielma continues. Get the
Can't say enough
look
about
at the
Vielma.
line. No, 6 innings, 3 earned runs, 5 Ks, no walks, and only 81 pitches on the day.
Under 100 pitches
Craziness.
in this game.
Well, a couple of 5-pitch innings will do that for you, too. That one lifted high and going to stay in play. Going over there and getting it right there at the fence. And tremendous work. And watch it pop up, and she has done that. Comes right back into your living room, and we'll get that against the fence. And
Laterio right there with the great play.
look, and they made an announcement before the game that said, "Don't lean on the nets." I don't think that that Laterio cared about that. That's right. That one misses low, ball one. One down here. 5-3 ball game. The number 9 hitter in this one
will be Riley Joe Terrio coming in to
Riley
pinch hit.
Joe is pinch hitting. That one pushed over there, and that's going to squib in for a base hit. And Riley Joe is fired up, to say the least. Watch her just turning inside out. This one shoots it past the first baseman, too. And it looked like Rodriguez might have had a chance in it, but instead, you get back up to the top of the order, and it is.
And that'll bring in a pinch runner.
Yeah, Haley Fontenot. And
Number 22.
Nope.
Shelby Vetrano.
But Haley Fontenot steps in.
Number 17.
And look, you want to get your All-American up with a runner on and you down by 2. Here is your opportunity. The tying run at the plate.
Yep.
Here in the 7th. That one misses inside.
Riley Joe was able to turn the order over with still 1 out.
Look, that makes all the difference. You got a runner on first, and the top of the order. Better than getting up here with 2 outs and nobody on. Vielma twists around. We'll look back, and Roxon fires this one. That's down low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Got to appreciate Fontenot with the stance that she has. She starts with an open stance, and once the pitcher starts a motion, she will adjust her feet. Again, no load, no leg kick, just straight hands.
Coach Avila coming out and going to speak with Vielma. Says, "Hey, are you good?" Wow. "Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?" This just nothing more. That wasn't much of a conversation except to say, "Hey, I believe in you. You got this. You want to keep going?" Vielma said, "Yeah, I do." And there you go. Two balls, no strikes, 1 down. We play top of the 7th. Fontenot, Romero, Moody due up with 1 down. Haley Fontenot, the All-American center or shortstop, leadoff hitter. That one lifted up, going to stay out there for the shortstop, and just a little jam sandwich there. And now 2 down.
That'll bring to the plate the third baseman, number 3, Sophia Romero.
It's going to be up to Romero here to keep things going for LSUA. Vielma trying to shut it down right here. Steps in, delivers this one up and off the plate. Ball 1. Pinch runner Vetrano is over at first. Speed enough likely to get around on a ball to the fence. Romero watches that one go low, ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. Just about as interesting as a ball game this one has. There were no score through 3, then 1 in the 4th and 5 in the bottom of the 4th for OLLU, and they're making it stand thus far. Up and out of the zone, ball 3. And LSU Alexandria dangerously close to putting the tying run on first base. Vielma spins around, looks at the band, will rock and fire the 3-0. And that's in there for strike 1.
I must say, if I'm Romero, I'm taking another one.
Yeah, I think so. Kylie Moody waits on deck, just hoping she gets an opportunity to swing it. That one fouled back, and it's full.
Or not.
This down to the final strike are the Generals. Vielma looking to cement one of the greatest days in championship day history here. She got the game winner in game 1. It is a strike away from it here. That one up and out of the zone in ball 4. And the very, very dangerous Kylie Moody will step to the plate.
Moody 3 for 3 on the day.
Number 60, Kylie Moody.
What does she have? I know
Moody has a single to right, 2 singles to right, and a hit to the left.
There you go. So seeing Vielma very well, Moody locked in there. That outside pitch is taken for strike 1. Nothing in 1 to Moody. Moody first team all-conference, and Coach Hagan just taking a moment to clear her head a little bit and visit with her. Don't let the moment be too big for you. So look, you don't have to kill it. Let the bat do the work. Come up here and do a job and just keep it alive. Dunbar, who is homered, waits on deck, but this showdown is between Vielma and Moody here. Vielma will rock back, deliver this one. That one is lifted up. Shortstop's going to have it, and that is going to be the ball game. And your Red River Athletic Conference tournament champions hail from San Antonio, and they are from Our Lady of the Lake. And Coach Davila gets the ice bath, and everybody gets the ice bath. It's like Oprah's out there doing it, and you get an ice bath, and you get an ice bath, and everybody gets an ice bath. Final score 5-3, and that's a couple of pop-ups. They will make the adjustment on that, and we will stay on the air for the presentation of the trophies that are coming up. But it has been our pleasure to do it. Coach, your thoughts on Little Red River tournament play?
I thought it was extremely impressive. What a great conference tournament, and hats off to all of these teams, but especially the Our Lady of the Lake Saints. What a tremendous gritty day they put in here as they were able to play 3 games and beat the Louisiana State University Alexandria Generals twice on the same day. Again, taking nothing away from either team, but what a great conference and great tournament here to all these teams. There was only 8 teams that were able to make it, and all of them came in with their best, and what a great presentation that everybody showed.
There you get a look at the fired up folks from OLLU, and very excited about this one. To our friends out in San Antonio, congratulations. You received the automatic bid as being the Red River Athletic Conference Softball Championship Tournament champions in this one. The athletic directors from LCU and LSU Alexandria, the host schools in this one, Tyler Unsecker from LSU Alexandria and Rainey Mason from Louisiana Christian University are out there. Smiles all around. And on the other side of it, back to work for this LSU Alexandria team. Now the watch party begins. Where are these teams going? That pairing selection ceremony comes out at 5 p.m. Wednesday, so it should be a good one. I'll do this again next weekend, Coach. What do you think?
Have fun.
You can't resign that quick.
I didn't resign. I just said have fun.
That's right. No, next weekend, I don't know where we're at next weekend, but we'll be somewhere. If you've not taken a moment to do it, make sure that you follow us on Facebook or on YouTube at 446 Sports, and you'll see stuff like this all year long. We do all of that. We've got a couple All-Star games, one of them coming up here at Louisiana Christian University on May 26th and 27th. We will be back here. We will have a lot of softball between now and then. When is then? I don't know. When we're done, that's when then is. Congratulations to the Saints of OLLU. And
we'll keep it right here for the trophy presentation, right?
We'll keep it here. And so we're going to sign off now. There goes the trophy.
For Red River Athletic Conference Tournament 2026 champions, Our Lady of the Lake University.
There you go. They're going to announce the all-tournament team, and we will stick around and give you that. If it was my book, Coach Scully would get it because he's been a gamer through all of this. Nick would have, but he sat out a day. So, but it has been a lot of fun being a part of this, and we certainly are grateful that all of you have joined along. Stick around for the announcement of the all-tournament team that is coming up here in just a moment.
At this time, we'd like to recognize the players who were selected for the Red River Athletic Conference all-tournament team. From Louisiana Christian, Madeline Burgoyne. From Texas A&M Victoria, Alyssa Carter. From Texas A&M Texarkana, Grace Cantu and Cameron Walker. From Texas A&M San Antonio, Chrysalyn Corral and Samara Aguilera. From LSU Alexandria, Kylie Moody, Caitlin Dunbar, and Haley Fontenot. From Our Lady of the Lake University, Ariana Alejandro, Novali Gloria, Annika Laterio, Tanya Rodriguez, and Valeria Vielma. Your Red River Athletic Conference Softball Championship Most Valuable Pitcher from Our Lady of the Lake University, Annika Laterio. And the Red River Athletic Conference Softball Championship Most Valuable Player from Our Lady of the Lake University, Ariana Alejandro.